A lot of seniors waste thousands on the wrong type of insurance, and I'm going to clear that up right now. Don't worry, I'm not here to sell you anything. This is free information so you can understand the difference between term life and whole life, especially if you're retired or close to it. And if you already own life insurance, you'll want to stick around because there's a piece of information that most people miss. When it comes to term versus whole life, the very first question to ask yourself is, what do I want this insurance to do? If the goal is income replacement, like protecting your spouse from losing your paycheck, that's where term life is perfect. If the goal is paying for final expenses like burial, cremation, or funeral, medical bills, or making sure your family gets money no matter when you pass away, that's where whole life or final expense is the clear winner. See, term is temporary. Term life terminates. That's one easy way of understanding it and remembering it. Term life usually lasts for 10, 20, or 30 years, and it's the cheapest way to get a large amount of protection. Now again, this works really well during your working years when you've got a paycheck to protect, maybe kids at home, maybe a mortgage. In that situation, the goal of a term life policy would be to pay off the mortgage and all large debts and fully replace your income until your family would no longer need it. Usually retirement or when the kids are fully grown and out of the house. But once you hit retirement age, term life becomes a different story. It gets more expensive the older you get, and eventually the companies simply stop offering it. However, once you retire, you're usually not replacing income anymore anyways, because Social Security does cover a big part of it, and you're no longer depending on a paycheck, and the mortgage is usually paid off, like we said before. So the goal does shift here. You move away from wanting to protect your income as much and more toward wanting to protect your family from the costs that come at the end of life. Whole life is permanent. It doesn't expire. The costs don't go up, and it pays out whenever you pass away. Whether that's 65 or 95 years old, that coverage is still there. And most seniors don't need giant amounts of life insurance at this stage because they need something that's going to be reliable to handle burial or cremation and the funeral costs, medical bills, any other final debts, or helping their family with immediate medical expenses. That's where a small whole life or final expense plan becomes the most practical solution. It's something designed to be affordable and predictable with guaranteed peace of mind. Seniors can choose more coverage than just final expense if that's important to them. Just keep in mind that whole life at this stage usually comes at smaller amounts than the big term policies that people carried earlier in life. If you already have term life, listen up. A lot of people have old term policies they bought years ago, and they may or may not know when those policies are set to expire. But here's the part that nobody tells you. Most term life policies can be converted into whole life policies before they expire, guaranteed. Now, guaranteed convertibility means no new medical exams, no new health questions, and no new underwriting. But every term policy has a deadline for when you're allowed to convert it. When you miss that, if you miss that, you lose that option forever. And if your health isn't good, it may be your only option for affordable whole life coverage. Because remember, there's no new health questions, no underwriting when you convert your term policy into a whole life policy. That's why I always offer free policy reviews. You send me what you've got, term life or whole life, and I'll go through it just like I would for my own parents. No pressure, no sales pitch, and no obligation. Just the truth about what your policy actually does. If you'd like me to review your policy or help you understand what you already have, just send me a message. It's free and it's quick. Also send me a message if you'd like more information on the price differences between term life and whole life for your individual situation. I'd be happy to help you achieve your goals without any pushy sales tactics. And make sure to follow the channel for more educational videos on final expense, Medicare, and other senior benefits that you want to understand. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment, and I'll talk to you soon.